Welcome, welcome, one and all, in here, up there, out there, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Now, for those of you, over there, anyone at home keeping score, today was the start of week 2 of testimony in Donald Trump's hush money trial here in New York City. It is clearly taking a toll on the man. Here he is entering the courthouse this morning with his cheeks full of acorns for later. Trump showed just as much stamina as last week. Reportedly, he was sitting with his eyes closed for significant portions of his testimony. So either he's falling asleep again or he's doing that little kid thing where he thinks if he can't see you, no one can see him. It's a real challenge for his lawyers, I gotta tell you. Where I wonder where the former president is. I guess I'll have to eat all these cookies by myself. Oh, well, wait, I'm here. Of course, when Trump hasn't been asleep, he's been violating his gag order by posting messages attacking witnesses and prosecutors and jurors. So before testimony resumed today, Judge Merchan finally issued his ruling on those violations, fining Trump $9,000. Now, I know, $9,000 may not seem like a lot to a successful businessman, but what about to Trump? The judge lamented that is the most he could legally fine him, warning that if Trump keeps violating the gag order, jail may be a necessary punishment. I don't know if it's necessary for Trump, but I need it. Now, when the testimony resumed, we got a glimpse of Trump's, the legal team, their overall defense. And it's that Trump didn't have sex with any of the women who he paid off for silence. So he paid out hundreds of thousands of dollars so his wife wouldn't find out he didn't have an affair. Melania, honey, I know this is going to be hard for you to hear, but you're not the only woman I'm not having sex with. Okay? Throughout all of this, Trump is being represented by an attorney and guy who just spotted all of his gym buddies hanging out at a Chili's happy hour. Todd Blanche. Attorney Blanche is a former federal prosecutor, and reportedly Trump liked him at first. But recently, behind closed doors, Trump started complaining that Blanche has been insufficiently aggressive and wants him to attack witnesses, the jury pool, and the judge. Not sure that's the best legal strategy. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I may be a simple country lawyer, but at least I'm not fugly like you jagoffs. And Your Honor, if it please the court, Ninja Star. Blanche isn't the first lawyer to find himself on Trump's bad side. Trump has often complained he doesn't have an attorney who will do anything and everything for him, venting that he does not have a Roy Cohn. Now, for our younger viewers, if you don't know who Roy Cohn is, please pause right here and go watch Angels in America Parts 1 and 2. I'll see you in 7 hours. It's worth it. Okay, you're back. And you're ready to laugh. Of course, one of the biggest stories right now is the nationwide pro-Palestinian student protests around college campuses in the United States in what's being called perhaps the most significant student movement since the anti-Vietnam campus protests of the late 1960s. They're even bigger than the protests when I was in college in the 80s, when students held rallies declaring, "I want my MTV," and "Is this how you spell apartheid?" The protest ramped up a couple of weeks ago after students erected tents on Columbia University's main lawn to show solidarity with Gaza, and the university president took the controversial step of calling in the police to arrest those involved. Now, even if you don't agree with the subjects of their protests, as long as they are peaceful, students should be allowed to protest. It's their First Amendment right. That is the kind of idealism you learn in college. It's one of the few college lessons you can use your whole life. Unlike beer funneling, which you stop being able to do around 35 when your wife catches you. And it's not just in Columbia. Yesterday, cops arrested at least 100 protesters at UT Austin. This morning, they arrested at least 30 protesters at UNC Chapel Hill. Yes, college administrators are using the classic de-escalation tactic of sending in heavily armed police and threatening to call the National Guard. Photos online show police snipers set up on the roofs of buildings at Ohio State University and Indiana University, although the Ohio State University administration stated that these were state police officers, which the school also employs during football games. What are you worrying about, students? The snipers are always there. For football games, women's volleyball, a cappella. You've been warned, guy who goes shadoopa-doopy-doop, buy a guitar. Now, tensions right now are so high that overnight protesters at Columbia broke into a campus building, which probably will not help their cause with the public. Also not helping, Donald Trump. Last week, he weighed in on the protest outside the Manhattan courtroom where he's on trial and went after Joe Biden's response.
This is somebody that shouldn't be doing what he's doing because he can't do it. He can't do it well. We're having protests all over. He was talking about Charlottesville. Charlottesville was a little peanut.
Now, before you criticize Trump for downplaying one of the darkest chapters in modern American history as a little peanut, I will remind you of this disturbing image from Charlottesville that day. Of course, the presidential race is not just Trump versus Biden. There's also independent candidate and chlamydia vector at the old folks' home, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Last month, one pollster told Politico, any support Kennedy derives comes almost totally at the expense of Biden, probably because people are confusing them for each other. I'm voting for the grizzled Irish guy. There's how many? Well, it turns out, according to a new NBC News poll, that RFK Jr.'s candidacy hurts Trump more than Biden. Suddenly, Trump seems worried about this. After the poll came out, he angrily truthed, RFK Jr. is a Democrat plant. But we all know that RFK is not a plant because clearly this man has never been watered. Of course, there you go. I got something. Wow. I got a few things like that. So, of course, other people are running for other things. It's an election year, and many of them are also old and weird. Take West Virginia, where the Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate is heating up, and the latest old weirdo to throw his hat into the ring is businessman and guy patiently waiting for the adult baptisms to end so he can drink the water, Don Blankenship. This week, Blankenship dropped this truly baffling ad.
Hi, I'm Don Blankenship, candidate for the United States Senate, and I paid for this ad.
Don Blankenship will tell you the honest truth.
Don Blankenship, he's the most honest CEO in America.
Your choice is simple. You can vote for more lies, or you can vote for
most honest CEO in America.
If they tell you I fell off the bed and hung myself, I didn't.
What? Kind of a weird way to introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Ryan. I'll be your server tonight. If they tell you I fell off the bed and hung myself, I didn't. Can I get you started with some nachos? As I said, Blankenship is running as a Democrat, but he used to be a Republican, and he seems like a space alien wearing human skin. Here's another ad he dropped the same day.
Hi, I'm Don Blankenship. West Virginia Democrats have abandoned their party. No more transgender nonsense or illegal immigration. No more Black Lives Matter. No more deadly China fentanyl. If they tell you I fell off the bed and hung myself, I didn't.
So it's his slogan. It's just like those beauty ads. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she didn't trip down the stairs into a basket of knives. It's so weird, but it's not like Blankenship released a third ad on the same day, right?
Democrats should vote for me to help make your party relevant again. Independents should vote for me because neither party deserves your vote. If they tell you I fell off the bed and hung myself, I didn't.
Wait. where'd he go at the end there? There's only one possible explanation. He fell off the bed and hung himself. So clearly he's building his entire campaign around this phrase. But it's just not quite catchy enough, which is why we decided to help him with this jingle.
Democrats should vote for me to help make your party relevant again.
If they tell you I fell off the bed and hung myself, I didn't.
We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Jeff Daniels and hack star Hannah Einbinder. And when we come back, meanwhile, join us, won't you?